Out of Your League by SpookyNoodle. Weiss hated many things in her life. She hated politics. She hated her father. She hated Salem and all the grim. But now, Weiss hated weddings. It was a reminder of the loneliness. She had never considered herself a romantic. She was too pragmatic, realistic. Few huntresses married and settled down for a family and children, and she was too busy for romantic attachments in any case. But still, she never believed in the phrase, the happiest day of your life. But as she looked at Ren and Nora at the end of the long aisle, their smiles and their tears, she couldn't help but believe it. And her heart ached. Jealous, sadness, regret, things she never expected to feel. She was 22 years old. She had a loving, safe team and an entire additional team of friends. But as she looked at the crying people, she had never felt so alone. If there was one thing Weiss hated in life as much as weddings, it was liquor. Drink had stolen her mother. Ruby Uncle was foolish and dangerous to everyone around him. No, alcohol was blight upon the world, and she would never partake of it. Never turned out how you expected. 4 drinks in, and Weiss was what Yang called plastered. Her speech was slurred, the world was spinning, and her hormones somehow made her feel giddy and hopeless at the exact same time. Her shaky steps carried her onto a stool next to Yang, and she groaned as she fell forward onto the bar.
Hey.
Yang's voice sounded weird. Weiss chalked it up to the booze.
I had weddings. What? I had them. Weiss, how much have you had? That's not important. Okay. Why do you hate weddings? Because I'm so lonely. Weiss, you have 2 teams full of people who love you.
She raised a hand and shook it, the wrist limply flopping from side to side.
Oh, no, not like that.
She hiccuped, turning it over and facing toward Yang, the skin cool against her flushed skin.
I just looked at Ren and Nora and they were so happy. I just thought, I wish that was me. And it can't be. What? Why can't it be? I don't know any boys. You know plenty of boys. What am I gonna do? Marry Neptune?
She laughed so hard that the forest almost sat her up.
But Ren's married and...
Her face fell, and she looked and felt like she might start crying.
What's wrong? It can't happen. What can't happen? Me getting married. I think it can. Not with who I want. Who do you want?
A heavy sigh left her, blowing at her bangs. She couldn't remember if she already told Yang this.
It's Jaune.
There was a long pause.
What? Yeah. If I said that in the first year, I'd be confused too. But it's too late.
When Yang didn't say anything, she continued.
I missed my chance, and now it's too late. He probably hates me. He doesn't hate you. Yes, he does. Why do you think that? Because he stopped talking to me. I was so mean to him first year. Because I thought he was just a skirt chaser. Or a social climber. Or something. But no, he's sweet and kind and honest and more than I deserve. Why? I don't know. I fell for some dumb trick from a different cute boy without appreciating the one I had. Even though then he helped me, I guess. I put so much of my personal worth into going to the dance with Neptune. And then Jaune made him say yes. I don't know. And I was so happy that Neptune was finally talking to me. But then he told me, "You're looking at him," he said. "You got some good friends looking out for you." Why is that a bad thing? Because I wasn't!
Several guests turned to look at her outburst, but she didn't care. Couldn't care anymore. She spent so long with the guilt chewing at her.
I wasn't his friend. I was terrible to him. I mocked him. I laughed at him. And after all of that, he convinced a boy to talk to me. You didn't laugh at him. You just didn't go on a date. I did in private. I felt so guilty. I called him pathetic one time, I think. I was so stupid. I don't even know what I was thinking. But I didn't even realize what I had until I didn't have it anymore. Neptune came to me and talked to me because Jaune didn't want me anymore. You are not property to be passed. I know! I meant Jaune had moved on, I think. He saw me as a friend, maybe, but he didn't want me as a girlfriend anymore. I was just Weiss now, not Snow Angel. I thought you hated that name.
She laughed and wiped at her eyes, her fingers stained with mascara.
I used to. Thought it sounded so condescending, so possessive. But it changed. He changed. Once he got over that stupid shtick, it sounded like a compliment again. I was an angel.
She looked up at the lights above the bar, and the shine in her eyes was astonishing.
But now I'm just Ice Queen.
And she slumped back into the bar.
Why didn't you tell him?
She huffed, and her lips stuck out adorably.
I don't know. Pride and fear. I thought I would look stupid or silly if I asked him when I told him no so many times. But I think it was more... I think I was scared. Scared? Of Jaune? A little.
She sat up, propping her face on one arm while her other hand twirled at a toothpick in an empty martini glass.
When you fall in love with someone, they have power over you. You care about everything they say or do or think. It can break you, and Love? You were in love with him? I don't know. I thought I was. I think a still part of me still is. There's that fear in the back of my silver head that thinks, what if he said yes? I could have been so happy right now. But then I remember what he did, and I had to talk myself out of that. What did he do?
She picked up the wet toothpick, bending it gently in her hands.
He got over me. How do you know?
If a toothpick could creak, this one did.
He'd come into our dorm room to work on RWBY with homework, or to hang out with Yang. Those all sound great.
The toothpick snapped, and tears streamed down her face again.
I'm so selfish! What? Why?
She felt a comforting hand rub gently up and down her back, as the wooden shrapnel fell on the carpet beneath the stool. Because I didn't want him to be happy and friendly and impersonal. I wanted him to stutter and blush and look away and... She sobbed, hard, and it shook her small frame so much that she had to brace herself on the edge of the bar. I wanted him to care as much about me as I did about him. She leaned forward, folding her arms and laying her head down, her body shaking.
I'm terrible! No, you're not.
Yang's voice was still weird, but soothing, like a patient mother.
I am! I called him pathetic. Why would I ever think that he could care about someone as shallow and selfish and dumb as me? You're not any of those things, and you know it.
She sniffled and sat up. Her makeup was a mess, mascara running down her cheeks, lipstick and eyeliner smeared.
What? I know that Jaune thinks that you're beautiful and brave and kind. Do you think that he was any better? Moonstruck over some pretty girl he barely knew?
She chuckled and wiped at her face, her whole sleeve coming away blotchy and dripping.
Really? I know so. I think you got a better chance with Jaune than you want to admit.
Weiss punched her.
Don't make fun of me! Ouch! I'm not. I'm serious.
Weiss stood up shakily.
Okay, if you say so. I'm gonna go talk to him.
She started to walk off the faux carpet and onto the grass, before a voice called out to her.
You might want to wait until you're a little more sober.
She swirled on her teammate, damp and dirt sleeves on his, chin raised in defiance.
I have never felt so sure about anything in my entire life.
She then turned around and proceeded to fall face first onto the grass. Jaune watched from his seat at the bar as Yang rushed to her fallen teammate from the dance floor. He leaned into the bar, where he had just comforted Weiss and offered her advice on how to pick up himself. Hi. A heavy sigh escaped past the fireflies. If you enjoyed this recording, please consider checking out more of SpookyNoodle's work, link in the description below, and have a wonderful morning.
Oh my god, Weiss, are you okay? You just sliced her to the floor. You are totally wasted. Let's just get you to your room and make sure you get cleaned up. You're done. How many drinks have you had? Oh my god, where's Ruby when you need her? Ruby! Ruby, help me with Weiss. She drank more than Crow on a good day. God damn it. I recognize that smell of alcohol anywhere.